Hello friends, our today's topic is how to work better and faster in After Effects with simple hotkeys and shortcut keys. These are our default settings we have. We want to, in this case, first of all, if we want to select all of our layers, we just simply use Ctrl+A. Then our all layers will be selected. If we deselect them all, we will use our shortcut key F2, and for selection we will use Ctrl+A. On any layer, if we want to see animation on any layer, if we want to see the animation on which property have been occurred, then we will use our shortcut key U. Then all the keyframes will be generated inside that layer in timeline. We can see that. And if we want to undo this option, we can simply use Ctrl+Z or by simply U. Then for these to use these tools, we simply use, like for this selection tool, we use V in our keyboard. For hand tool, we simply use H. For zoom tool, we simply use Z. For rotation tool, we simply use W. For camera tool or unified camera tool, we will use C. And pen behind tool, for pen behind tool, we will use Y. For rectangle tool, we generally use Q. Then if we press many times, then we will select options of ellipse, polygon, star tool, and rounded rectangle tool. For pen tool, we use G. If we want to select these options inside that tool, then we simply use this hotkey or selected hotkey like G. If we press G again and again and again, then all available pen tool will be selected continuously. Now, if we want to use text tool, then we use Ctrl+T. If we want to use brush tool, then we press Ctrl+D on keyboard. If we want to use the stamp tool or clone stamp tool, we just use Ctrl+V. If we want to use eraser tool, then we use Ctrl+V. And for roto brush tool, we use Alt+W, and puppet tool, we will use Ctrl+P. Next, if we want to import any file inside our project panel or our project, we simply use Ctrl+I. Or this process can be done by alternate thing, by like double click on project panel, then our importing setting will be open. Now, if we want to export our project or our created composition, then we simply use Ctrl+N, then Ctrl+N, or in file export. Now, if we want to save our project in a moment, there is shortcut key or short option like increment and save. This can simply done by Ctrl+Alt+Shift+S. We can see it here, increment and save. Ctrl+Alt+Shift+S. Then our project will be saved as it is in present, and then if we make changes in it, then at that moment our project will be saved inside our disk. If we see like that. Our anchor point of this VFX is here. If we want to move our anchor point inside our that thing, center of that thing, then we simply use Control Alt plus Home. We have selected that layer, then just press Control Alt plus Home. Then our anchor point will be moved towards the center of that layer. Or there is another option, like we can simply double click on our pen behind tool. If we double click on pen behind tool, then our layer will be shifted toward the position of anchor point. Our next shortcut keys like these. If we want to go in workspace area, we want to go next keyframe or previous keyframe, we just simply use K and J for key to next keyframe, and for J to go previous keyframe on that layer. But we should have to select that layer, then we will go forward and backward by just simply clicking K and J. If we want to exchange simply anything, like if we want to exchange anything from project panel to timeline, simply change and provide that size of that layer, size, position, scale of that layer to that thing. I simply just Alt plus dragging that thing on that layer. It is used to put the images or videos to any layer, to replace any layer. If we want to collapse our timeline to that timeline indicator bar, to beginning of that timeline, we just simply use Alt plus rectangular. We just simply use Alt plus square, rectangular square. If we want to manipulate our layer with keyboard shortcuts, we just simply click Alt plus rectangular square bracket, Alt plus square bracket. Like, first of all, select that layer, then click. We want to minimize this layer from beginning of the timeline to the position of the timeline indicator bar. Then simply click Alt plus square bracket, starting square bracket, right square, left square bracket. We want to close that layer at here, that point, to the end of the timeline. We want to remove this part. We just simply click Alt plus right square bracket. If we want to go in point of that layer, then we just simply click I. And if we want to go out point of that layer, then we simply click O for any layer. Like, if we want to go in point of that layer, then we just simply click I. And for out point of the layer, we simply click O. Now we are learning about how we can change our work area and preview panel. We can resize. This is our work area. We can resize our work area by just simply dragging this by this arrow. So that area, that work area, will be rendered in our exported file. This area will be rendered only. That area will not be rendered. So we can change it by dragging out this arrow. Or if you want to render our area, like starting point will be this and end point will be this, so we just use one like V. To make any start point of that work area, we use shortcut key V, and to make end point of that work area, we just use N to make endpoint of that work area. Further, if we want to change the layer color or label color of that layer, like this is blue and this is orange white, we just go to this option, label. First of all, select that layer, then go to label and change its layer color, like red, yellow, aqua, pink, lavender, peach, seafoam, and green, and etc. What you want to use, take it from here. If you want to take a snapshot of current frame of our project panel, monitor panel, we just have to go this option, this camera here, and press it. We will create a snapshot of that will be stored around the location provided. You can check it inside settings. If we want to go beginning of our work area, then we just simply click Shift plus Home. If we want to go end of our work area, end frame of our work area, we just simply click Shift plus End. Shift plus Home to starting of our work area, and Shift plus End to go end point of our work area or end frame of our work area. To go one frame forward and backward, the keys and shortcut keys we will use, like if we go one frame forward, then we just go click page up, page down. To go one frame forward, we just simply use page down, and to go one frame backward, we just simply click page up. This can be done by Control plus arrow button. To go one frame forward, we just simply click Control plus forward arrow and right arrow. And if we want to go backward, one frame backward in workspace, we just simply click Control plus left arrow. You can see this. Now, if we want to go 10 frame forward or 10 frame backward, so there is a shortcut key. We can use shift plus arrow or shift plus page up or page down buttons. Like if we want to go 10 frame forward, then we use shift plus page down. You can see this, we are going 10 frame forwards. And then if we want to go 10 frame backward, we will simply use shift plus page up. Or we can use shift plus right arrow to go 10 frame forward. Or we can use shift plus backward and left arrow to go 10 frame backward. If we want to increase our performance of our After Effects, we just simply use, we should have to clear its cache memory. We should have to clear its cache memory. And we can clear it by just go to Add, Preferences, then Memory. Here we have to go Media and Disk Cache. Here we should have to, we can see there maximum disk cache size is 22 GB. We should have to here clean the embedded disk cache, and then our performance of After Effects software will be increases enormously. So we should have to clear it time to time to work faster in After Effects. You can see this, our speed of system is become faster. To see, we want to see the effects applied on our layer, we just simply click E 2 times to see effects on that layer. And if we want to remove the effect applied to that layer, we just simply click Control plus Shift plus E in window. For Mac, we will use command plus shift plus. If we want to zoom out inside our timeline, we just simply click Alt plus ruler. Then we can zoom out our timeline, or we can just simply zoom out by this. And if we want to increase our value of that property by small increments, we will use Control plus increasing. And if we want to make faster changes, more increments, heavy amount of increment, we will simply use shift plus dragging. You can see this with shift. The property value of that property will be changed enormously. Please subscribe and share it and use it in your projects and make everything faster with the help of that After Effects. Thank you.